Welcome on in here to Sports Memo Today. I'm your host, Dan Alexander, alongside my two great guests, getting you that actionable info you know and love in 30 minutes or less. And you know it's going to be a hell of a show because we got Ross Benjamin making his return here on Sports Memo Today, but batting leadoff, the spark plug himself, Joe D'Amico, coming with a two-pack of plays. And you know when the D'Amico household is on Sports Memo Today, they're feeling good because it seems like anytime we do a show together, we just cannot lose. I think they're like on a 10-0 streak, maybe being a little bit hyperbolic, but at least 6-0, I know, since the D'Amicos have been on the show. Dion going to be with us on Thursday, but we have plenty to get into. Before that, we got some plays coming from Joe D'Amico, too, on the diamond in Major League Baseball. And then Ross Benjamin going to shut things down for us. He's got a play in the first half of the NBA game going tonight, and he's also got a play on the diamond as well. A little plus money cheese for you coming your way. But let's get right into it. Welcome in my man, Joe D'Amico. Joseph, it's always a pleasure, man. The only thing that I like more than doing the show with you is getting to talk with you before the show starts. If you think the mics are hot when we're on here, just imagine some of the stuff we get into off air. But you're looking good. You feeling good, too? How's it been running, brother?
Absolutely feeling great. Thank you. And it's always a pleasure to be here with you, Dan. You know, you're one of my favorite people to work with. You're always so upbeat, so positive, and you're always just great. I got to tell you, thank you for having me. And I get to share a panel with my dear friend, one of my oldest friends, Ross Benjamin, one of the best cappers in the world. So I'm very excited, but everything's going well. It's heating up here in Vegas. We're getting about 95 every day. So the pool is about 82 degrees, throwing food on the grill. I got a kegerator out there, keeps my beer at 32 degrees, and I am feeling great. Haven't had any beer yet. It's only 10:30 here in Vegas, but I got to tell you, as soon as we're done, I'll be hitting the keg and hitting the pool.
Yeah, 5 o'clock somewhere or noon somewhere in the case of my man Joe D'Amico. Joseph, let's get into it on the diamond here. For what it's worth, it hasn't been too bad for you on the hardwood. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. But first, you got a favorite for us and you got a dog for us. So which are we going with here in game one that you'd like to talk about? It's on the West Coast, or I guess it's taking place at Rockies Park as the Rockies are hosting the San Francisco Giants. Who's the bet in this one, man?
Well, Dan, thank you. Sports fans, the NL West has both Arizona and Los Angeles sitting atop the division, tied for first place. San Francisco, where they sit in third, 5.5 games back at 29-30, respectable because they struggled a little bit in the first month or so. There's a perfect opportunity for them, my friends, to get a big win over a division rival and finally hit that 500 mark on their record. Colorado, guys, what can we say? They dwell in the cellar, 9.5 games back, a dismal 26-35, folks. I think in baseball, more than any other sport, trends and streaks really play a significant role. Having said that, this is the first meeting between these two teams this season. However, there's always a however. However, to say that the Giants have dominated the Rockies would be an understatement. They've taken 8 consecutive meetings over their division rival, but this isn't anything new, my friends. Going back a bit, they've taken 40 of the last 58 overall meetings, which does include 13 of the last 16 where? At Coors Field. John Brebbia, Denelson Lamet are scheduled here today. The Giants righty will make his 5th start of the campaign. He is 2-0 with a 3.80 ERA this season over his career. He's appeared in 21 games against Colorado. They ain't no stranger to him, I'll tell you that. 1-0 with a 2.20 mark there. The Rockies right-hander, 1-2. ERA, where is it? 13.17 on the season. He's made 12 appearances, which includes 4 starts against San Francisco, going 1-1 with a 5.22 ERA. Guys, I don't expect either one of these pitchers to see much action. I'd be surprised if you see either one of them come the 3rd inning. But definitely, I'll tell you what, that will definitely benefit San Fran, which certainly owns a significantly stronger bullpen. They traveled pretty well, too, my friends. 5-2 their last 7 on the road. Meanwhile, Colorado just 1-4 their last 5 following an off day. 16-35 the last 51 versus the NOS. 2-5 the last 7 overall. I like San Fran here, my friends. Take it. It's a winner.
I like it. Got to lay a little bit, but hey, you only pay juice on a loser. And Joe D'Amico saying, hey, it's a winner. Giants against the Rockies this evening with some historical data in the last few weeks to back it up. Before we get to play number 2, Joe, I know you have a great promo code you have for the folks, and it's pretty easy. Joe7, what are they going to get with that?
Well, I got to tell you, the great folks over at SportsMemo, guys, I got to tell you, they know that saving your money is just as good as making your money. 7 days all access for yours truly, Joey D. $59. You can't beat that with a bet. No pun intended. Use code Joe7 upon checkout. Whether you bet $20 a game or $20,000, you're going to finish the week a winner and come back for a longer stay. My friends, I got 2 big games on the board tonight. My MLB is running red hot, 7-3 the last 10 premium plays. Today, we go 2-0. My best bet and Vegas Insider moves, my best bets. I've won 5 of the last 6. Overall, 64-22 documented. My Vegas Insider move. Guess what? You can't argue with perfection. They're 100% this season overall going back away. 84-22. I've got them both posted right now with Sports Memo. And guys, I tell you right now, I'll probably put up, if you get that week, I will probably put up the next NBA Finals game all by tonight because I love it, love it, love it. Just this NBA postseason, plus 7 units, Joe D. Go over to Sports Memo. 2 big premium releases. And like I said, sometime today, I will put up Game 3 of the Finals.
I love it. And man, if you're not ready to run over to Sports Memo to get it, RIP to any walls in between there, because Joe D'Amico has us ready to run through a wall and grab that Joe 7. All right, you gave out the favorite. You also like a dog here as the Blue Jays are hosting the Astros, and you like the road team. Why is that, Joe?
Well, we're looking, a lot of people are really, a lot of people thought the Houston Astros would run away with the West, as we've so accustomed to seeing them running away with the West. They struggled a little bit, but guys, I'm going to tell you right now, they're running hot now. Very quietly, they are starting to pile up victories. We're not used to seeing the Houston Astros anywhere but atop the American League West. They did struggle, as I mentioned a moment ago, a bit in the first month or so, but they're starting to heat up, guys. 19 of their last 25 games, what? In the plus column winners, they climbed within 3.5 games behind Texas in the division, 36-24. They took game 1 of this series yesterday with authority, 11-4. These 2 teams have met 4 times this season, as the Astros have taken 3 of the 4, outscoring the Blue Jays, what? 30-11. Guys really have their way with the Blue Jays, guys. Hunter Brown, Kevin Gausman, they're scheduled to start here today. The Houston right-hander, 5-2 with a 3.61 this season. The team has won 7 of his 10 starts on the campaign. He does come off his poorest outing following 3 solid turns in a row, but I expect him to bounce back here as he's a perfect 4-0 on the road this season. The Blue Jays righty, 4-3 with a 2.76 on the campaign. He certainly has impressive numbers. However, and I like a big but, Dan, I want you to know that, but he has struggled in the Astros. 6 starts against Houston, 2-4 with an ERA of 5.77. He struggled just about 6 weeks ago against them, allowing 8 runs in 4 2/3. He has pitched pretty well at home. However, you just getting to know the fact that he just cannot get over the hump on these Astros. They have his number, my friends. The Blue Jays have dropped 15 of their last 22 against the AL West, 6 of their last 8 at home, while the Astros have won 17 of their last 22 against the AL East and 36 of their last 51 as a visitor. They are a very strong road team. Making Houston a dog here is a mistake. I know Kevin Gausman's got good numbers, but he has struggled against this team, and Houston is winning on the road. And trust me when I tell you, when they look in the division, they do not looking up at anybody. This is a good opportunity for them to really, really, really get another big win for them. Like I said, 19 of their last 25 are in the plus column. Take the Astros. Making them a dog is a mistake.
He likes big butts, and he cannot lie. It's Joe D'Amico, a.k.a. Sir Mix-a-Lot, here at the top of the show. Appreciate you, Joe. Always love having you on, and we already let people know 7 days all access, just $50 using that code Joe7. 7-3 run on the diamond. He's also picked up 7 units this NBA postseason alone. So go check out his page. So you might like the big butts. If you like big deals and you cannot lie, how about $2 Tuesday? There's a segue for you, as Ross Benjamin is our $2 Tuesday handicapper. He's got a 5-star play locked and loaded alongside Kevin Thomas. He's got a 5% MLB play. You can get them both, just $3 at Sports Memo. So, hey, Ross, it's great seeing you, man. A sight for sore eyes, and definitely a sight for. Yeah, you're not. I got a haircut since we talked last, Ross. So,
management guys to get me on more. So, but
I hear you.
Today, I could tell you that.
No, sight for sore eyes, and definitely a sight for sore ears after Joe was yelling at us there, breaking down his plays. No, we're kidding. We love the energy. Our man Joey D.
I always tell Joe is that if all else fails, you could do voiceovers and read all the fine print. You know what I mean? So
That's true. Yeah, like the micro machine man. He gets it all in there and gets the plays out. Hey, people like getting that info nice and quick.
Yeah,
Joe definitely can deliver that for sure. So Ross, before we get into the plays here today, you want to break down this first half play in the Nuggets and Heat game. Then we're also going to take a look at the Diamond. But you're going to be giving out a free play here in the NBA game. But you have one that you love tonight that people can get just for $2 over at your page, right?
Actually, the game goes tomorrow, so you got some.
Oh
time
yeah.
Yeah, good. So they got the 2 days off because they switched locations for travel.
NBA.
But look, people, you know, the old saying is you could take the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I don't know what you people are waiting for out there. My NBA postseason in 2023, all documented at SportsMemo, and I'm going to talk a lot slower than Joe, only because I want you to comprehend everything I'm saying. 40-22 during the postseason. That's 65%. That includes NBA playoff runs right now of 6-0 at my last 6, 14-3 with my last 17, and 24-8 with my last 32. That's all documented at SportsMemo. Not only that, Dan, you know, it's not a fluke. Last year, I went 36-24 during the postseason. Not quite as good as this year, but still 60%. So if you combine the last 2 postseasons at SportsMemo from Ross Benjamin, 76 and 46. I don't make up records. Okay, I don't make false claims. I don't make outrageous claims. I only promote what my record is and where it could be documented. And folks, if you want to check that with the good folks over at SportsMemo, feel free to do so. But I got a 5-star top play tomorrow, a winning side in the Denver-Miami game. And my sides in the NBA playoffs right now, that's money line and point spreads combined 33-14, folks. I mean, where else would you rather be than right here, right now, when it comes to betting in the NBA? Yeah.
You're not kidding, Ross. And I think that's one of the things that we definitely pride ourselves, not only over at Wager Talk, but at SportsMemo as well, is the transparency. You know, sure, the plays get loaded. Those are for all access clients. But the day after, once they are completed, you can go to the page and see every single play, any handicapper loaded. There's no fudging. There's no moving numbers around. You look at what happened in the 2023 postseason, 40-22. I mean, and then that's year over year too. You've proven it time after time. So I'm with you. If you're not betting with Ross Benjamin in the NBA, I guess you don't like money. I don't know what people have against making money, but definitely go over, grab that play, and you can get a 5-star play right this moment for just $2 from my man Ross Benjamin. All right, well, let's get into this game that's going tomorrow. And yeah, I always get, once the NBA Finals come around, I always get my days screwed up because it feels like there's 25 games in between. The NBA Finals takes a whole month long because there's one game every 7 days. But yes, tomorrow is the night that it's going, and we have a play that we like here in the first half quite a bit. Ross, what are you eyeing towards?
Yeah, I'm looking at
game 2.
I'm sorry, Dan. I'm looking at the Denver first half total, their point total. And right now it's set at 55.5. And I'm going to keep it real simple, guys. This is a Denver team that scored 57 or more in the first half in their last 4 and 6 of their last 7 games. So they've proven that they come out shooting hot and they score in the first half. And you look at this first half total. Here's another key indicator for me is you have a first half total of 110.5, and yet the game total is 214.5. So it's a lot. It's very heavy on the top side, Dan, if you follow me. Ordinarily, if you have a total of 214.5 on the game, it's almost more times than not divided in half for the first half line. And that's not the case here. So I got to believe that they're expecting a high-scoring first half. They've set the total accordingly. And with that being said, I can't see with Denver's scoring habits in the first half recently, I can't see them not topping 55.5 points in the first half.
Yeah, I love that breakdown there. And I also think, too, with familiarity, some people think, oh, defense is going to be coming in. With familiarity for how this offense has been working for the Nuggets, that only exposes some major matchup issues that we're seeing with this Heat team. So I love that. And that number, it's just a little bit head scratching. 55.5. I wouldn't be shocked if this thing is closing definitely higher than that, probably a good 2 or 3 points higher. So I'm with you. Once we're done, Ross, I'm going to go over and lock this one in. I'm also going to go over to Sports Memo and find out what that 5-star play is, because that's the one that I really want and what the people should buy for just $2 right this moment. All right, let's also swing it over to the diamond, because you talked about how great you're seeing it on the hardwood, fresh off a 3-0 sweep. So whenever burying the lead is talking about a 3-0 sweep, that's pretty damn good. So you wanted to take a look towards this Orioles game and maybe some potential plus cheddar for the folks. What are you eyeing here?
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm going with some plus cheddar. Never heard it put that way, Dan. I'm going to use that, if you don't mind.
Please
you
do.
Don't have a patent.
Please
you
do.
don't have a patent on that, I hope. Okay. All right.
Just
good.
10 cents every time you say it. Just 10 cents. That's all I ask.
It's less than the $2 play. Anyway,
yeah, baby.
The Baltimore Orioles at the Milwaukee Brewers, 7:40 p.m. Eastern time start tonight. It'll be Kyle Gibson slated to be on the hill for the Baltimore Orioles, and the expected starter for the Milwaukee Brewers is the veteran right-hander Freddie Peralta. Well, Peralta's been in terrible form over his last 4 starts. How terrible? Well, over the course of those 4 starts, he has a 7.32 ERA, a 1.83 WHIP, and he's also allowed 6 home runs in just 19 2/3 innings pitched. And with that 1.83 WHIP, he's lucky his ERA isn't even higher than 7.32. So something to keep an eye on there. This is a Milwaukee team that is coming off a game yesterday, while on the other hand, Baltimore completed a 3-game series in San Francisco over the weekend, had yesterday off. Again, folks, that's not the sole reason why I like that game, but when you like a lot of stuff about a side, which I do in this particular matchup, and you marry that to the fact that they had yesterday off and the other team played on the road yesterday and had to travel, you can't ignore that. Kyle Gibson, on the other hand, he's in very good form over his last 3 starts with a 1.83 ERA and a 1.07 WHIP. And since last year, Gibson 7-1 in his team starts on the road when facing a team with a winning record. Now, you notice I said team starts. Big difference, folks, between team starts and decisions. A team start, basically, it is whatever the team's record is when that starting pitcher performs. So usually when you have a 7-1 team record on the road against winning teams like Gibson has over the last 2 seasons, it equate. If you check his ERA during those matchups, it's pretty much going to align with the win-loss percentage. So there you have it. Baltimore, their splits are very interesting, Dan. They're just 17-12 at home, which a lot of teams would take, right? But they're 20-10 on the road. Also, they're 12-12 in day games. So last I checked, they're playing tonight, and that's not a day game. And they're 25-10 in night games this year, which is outstanding. Baltimore also 8-1 in their last 9 this year, when they're an underdog of 100 to 139. So they have not only an 8-1 record, but they've done so in that situation as an underdog of plus 100 to plus 139, which brings you a tremendous return on investment. And I mentioned Baltimore's day off. They're 6-3 following a day off this year. So I'm going to take Baltimore here. I think it's a real good money line betting value. I'm seeing plus 110 on the consensus. You may be able to find a 115 out there if you shop around, but I'm okay with Baltimore, even at even money on up in this matchup. I just think it's a tremendous betting value.
I love it. Great breakdown from Ross Benjamin. He's seeing it on the hardwood. He's seeing it on the diamond. Head on over to his page, sm.buzz/RB, and I'll see what I can do about getting you on a little more frequently here, Ross, because we love chatting with you here. Appreciate it as always. Make sure you go check him out at Sports Memo. We'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me.
So that is my man. Always, brother. So that is my man, Ross Benjamin. Big thanks to him and big thanks to Joe D'Amico. Big thanks to my terrific producer behind the scenes, Eric, doing a great job. As we were talking here, always love being able to give some actionable info. I got a message that came across my phone that says, in the CFL, you want to be betting Montreal this week. Line is already on the move. Best I was able to find out there on the money line is -150. Apparently, Ottawa quarterback will be missing the game. So that's the info that I just got, is a little Montreal CFL. There you go. You want to get it now because it's apparently on the move. Montreal CFL on the money line. Best I can see out there is -150. And that's going to do it for us. I've been your host, Dan Alexander. We'll be back on Thursday with another great show coming your way. Actionable info or 30 minutes or less every Tuesday and Thursday right here on Sports Memo Today.